Here we go. All right, so I'm now recording. And we are set. Oh, another person's jumping in here. All right. All right, so I'm going to get started. And like I said, any questions along the way, please jump right in and ask. So first step in Command is going to the campaign section. If you at any time you don't have these memorized, if you click the red KW, it'll pull the names of each applet out. So from here, we want to do a paid Facebook ad. So obviously make sure that you have your Facebook and your Facebook business page connected to Command so that it can be linked, because it needs your business page as well. So if you go over to the paid ad section of campaigns, you can create a simple one. So first I'll just show examples. So for a 7-day, $25 a week ad, I had 25 leads, which equaled about $1 a lead. The next ad I ran, I did for $30, and I did this one 10 days, and I received 56 leads. So that was 54 cents a lead for that one. And then the third one I did, again, I did the $30 for 10 days, but I got 13 leads. Now the difference, there's many reasons. It could be keywords I use, things like that. But I truly believe for these ones, it was price point. For example, the price point of this home was $135. So $1 a lead, you're going to get a lot of clicks in that price point. This price point was $165. So again, and the location matters as well. So I believe that's why these leads were a little higher. And then this one, the price point was over 200,000. So I think that, in that price point, you're going to get a few less clicks. The house had just a different feel, and it was in a different type of neighborhood. So 13 leads in that price point, I feel, is pretty equal to 25 leads at $135. So there's a lot of things to consider when you're doing your ads and how many leads you might get from them. So price point and location does affect that. So keep that in mind. So to create an ad like this, it actually is, once you do one or two, you can do the next in less than 3 minutes. Obviously, I'm going to go at a slower pace, but let's get started. So to create a new ad, you just hit create, and we're going to do a social ad that is a paid ad. In most cases, we do advertise a listing. If you want to do brand awareness to promote yourself, things like that, those are all options as well. To capture the most leads right now, advertising a listing is capturing the most. So we want to go with what gets you the best leads. So we're going to click advertise, and we're going to click Facebook. You now have the option of Instagram and Twitter. Also, if you'd like your money to advertise in those locations. These are in what we call labs. So it's still in testing with other people that are willing to try it out. So we haven't got the success information and the reports back on how effective these two are yet. So I'm going to keep recommending you stick with Facebook, because that's been proven and tested, and we know it gets you the best leads. So you're going to just click the Facebook. If you want to try both, you can click more than one. So that is an option. So I'm going to go ahead and hit set up here. The first thing, if I had listings, it would be showing my own personal listings, but I want to pick someone else. So does anyone else have a listing that they want to see how simple it would be to create a ad for, a address or anything they can give me? No? All right. So I'm just going to put in Lakeland, Florida, and do a search. And I'm going to pick one that's not these. I want to pick a nice one here with good photos. So, and these mostly aren't all Lakeland, Florida, but for training purposes, this we'll go with this one. So you just simply select it and it's going to pull all the information from MLS for you. So as you can see, it's already created a generic ad. It's got Keller Williams, the logo. It has the information pulling from MLS. That's the description. And it has, basically, this is what the ad would look like. We recommend you do some editing. So from here, we have the listing attached. The next thing is to edit the text. So we have our name, we have the listing, and now we're in the add text section. So for here, simple and emojis are best. And I'm going to take this out. Just updated kitchen. And I'm going to leave it like this, but like I said, I want emojis now. So for look, I want the eyes. Here, maybe some kind of kitchen emoji. And then we want some fire just to capture some attention. Just throw in some fire there so that people stop and they take a look. So as you can see, as I'm updating it right here, it's also updating over here so you can see exactly what the ad's going to look like. So from here, the next step is going to be the headline. Again, keep it simple. I am going to, again, use emojis. We're going to do 3 bedrooms. So I'm going to do 3 bed. And 1.5 bath. So I'm going to do shower. And then we have more description. Here, it started, this is a new feature. It started giving you suggestions. So you can create your own, whatever you'd like, or it gives automatic suggestions. So for example, this one is try this, you could be coming home to this. If you don't like that one, you could shuffle through. Schedule a private tour with me today, view photos and videos. I'm going to use, you could be coming home to this. So then you simply click use the suggestion, and now it's updated here. From there, we want to click save because we want to save all that we just edited. So now you can see we have this done. We have the check mark. We have the add text. Now it's asking for media. It already has the one. If you'd like to add more, you can go in and do that. I recommend doing at least 3 photos because it's going to give you the carousel effect of the ad, meaning it's going to start, they're going to start rotating through. So if someone's scrolling very quickly and they see that the photos are moving, they're more likely to stop so that they can see what the next photo is going to be. So for this example, I will use a kitchen photo. Let me click it here. And then it's asking if I want to edit it, resize it. I want the full. There, I'm going to use that. And then, like I said, I want at least 3. So again, we don't have the best photos for this, but I'm going to pick a 3rd photo of the living room. And it's going to ask me to size it. I'm going to leave it as that. So now we have 3 photos, and you'll see that they're going to start moving through them. You can add as many as you would like. I recommend not going more than 5 or so, because they're going to lose interest. Like you just saw, the photo moved. So that's what carouseling means. So if you have the 3 or more, it's going to carousel through those photos. So we've done that now. I'm going to click save. Next, it's asking Facebook information. So yes, we have the account, your personal account, but it needs to go to your business page. So you need to select your business page. 100% every time, the number one thing you need to make sure is that you have the use Facebook lead generation form clicked. This is what captures the lead information. This is what gets their name, their phone number, and their email. You want Facebook doing it all for you, and that's how you get that done. So make sure this is always clicked. For the button call to action, that means right here, what button do you want it to be? Do you want it to say learn more, sign up, apply? Generally for a listing, learn more. If you were advertising a service, for example, about running comps for the neighborhood or their home value, things like that, that's when you would use maybe sign up or apply now, things like that. For follow-up destination, you have a few options. The first one is to create a landing page. That is something you can do inside Command. You can create a specific landing page of your own for the house, for your listing. For example, let's see. For example, over here, when it comes to landing pages, if you had the time and you wanted to create one that was just for one of your listings, it would be something like this. You would have, and we're going to view this. You would create a landing page that is just the listing. It's simple to create. It has all the information. It has your photos, and you can include a video. And then at the bottom, it has interested, let's talk, if they want to contact you. So meaning when they see your Facebook ad, once they click that they want to see the ad, they want to move forward, they want to give you their information, they're being taken to the next spot. Meaning you want to show them the house that they clicked on to look at. So if you had this as the follow-up destination, this website, it would bring them to this site that is strictly and only about that listing. It would bring them here. It would be branded to you. It would capture their information again if they wanted more information or to view it. That's one option. I prefer that you send them to your actual agent site. So if you go to your agent site that is branded to you with Keller Williams, and let me get the address here. So it's going to be 831 Florida Street, Amarillo, Texas. So if you go, like I said, to your personal agent site and you type in the address, here's the listing. So if you click on it, I recommend taking this URL. If you copy this URL, and this is where they get sent, it means they're going to get sent to your personal website that is completely branded to you everywhere. It has the information. And then again, everywhere is branded to you. If they wanted to talk to the agent, you would get the alert. If they wanted to schedule a tour, you would get the alert. And all the way through, all the information, again, is branded to Keller Williams, and it's branded to you. So if they came here and they were like, okay, great. Well, now they just started looking. Maybe they wanted to see more in Texas. So now they're just clicking around and they're viewing stuff. And maybe they're liking other things. Oh, I want to like this one. This one's great. And then they go to like it. Well, in order to start creating their favorites, they got to log in. So as soon as they would log in, it would bring them to your command and it would put them into your database. And when that happens, you are now going to be able to see what they're looking at as they're looking in real time, because they've logged into your agent site and they're searching houses. I moved the person, hold on. So for example, the person would come into your contacts, they would be linked, they would have this check mark telling you that they're on your agent site. And then you would see in real time the houses that they're looking at. So you'd be able to see which ones they've looked, if they've hearted anything, if they've asked to see something, you're going to get a notification and you'll be able to now watch that client every time they get on your page and that they're searching around using your page. So I would recommend, like we had this one, I would recommend copy this URL and over here where it asks for a follow-up destination, paste it. So that as soon as they click, they say they want to learn more, they're getting taken to your website and the actual home. If you just put in your generic business page, your business website, if you're using a different site, things like that, we've seen where where clients would contact back that they've clicked the ad, they wanted to see the house and it never took them to the house. So that's something to make sure that you're fulfilling why they clicked on your ad. You're giving them the value, you're giving them the reason for why they have clicked that ad and given you their information. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? And let's see what just happened. All right, it's reloading. Give it a second. Yeah, it's gonna start us over. So I'm gonna go back to this draft that I've already done. Right here. If it's gonna let me in. There it goes. So this one, again, the same thing. It has the stuff you can configure. We were down here. So we put the follow-up destination. And then we have the option of letting Facebook do everything. It does a customized targeting of 20 miles around Lakeland, or you can customize it more and use specific targeting. To do that, you click Use Custom Settings. You can either specifically only target the people that are in your database so that those people only would see the ad when they're on Facebook, or obviously you want a wider net, you want to get more leads. So then you would come down, you can even adjust this to 30-mile radius if you want or more. And then you need to put in target words. So generally they recommend that you do 10 to 20 target words. The more you put in, the more the audience will grow. And the big thing to make sure is that this always says or instead of and. Make sure it says or. So for example, just start typing in anything that has to do with real estate. And it's going, there we go. First time home buyer. Okay. We got home business, home repair, mobile home. Click those. For sale by owner. You want to put in those dreaded other words like Zillow realtor.com. Anything that if they've searched it, this word is in their cookies, that it's going to make them be of interest. Again, you can go on and on. So here we can do real estate. There's a lot here. Anything. So I'm just going to stick with that. Again, you could go on. You could do the word divorce, anything that could spark someone that is buying or selling. So we're going to click, we've clicked 15. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And as you can see, adding these custom target words, it's telling you how many more people are going to see it that have first-time home buyer somewhere on Facebook, that it's going to make this link pop up on their page, this ad. So adding the target words here, you can see how it affects and impacts how many more people will see your ad. Again, it's endless on keywords you can use. Once you have a solid set, you can, create that template, and then every time be quick with adding those. So I'm going to save that. The next thing is going to be duration and budget. So you're going to select when you want it to start. Say you want it to run for the weekend, and for how long you want it to go. This one I did 15 days, and then the total budget you're willing to pay for that total 15 days. So for example, I have $30, 15 days. It's telling me that's about $2 per day of advertisements that Facebook is gonna promote. If I obviously put in more, the more amount of advertising per day is gonna go out via Facebook. That's kind of why the sweet spot is the 10 days, $30, $3 a day. That's generally what I did for most of those ads. So after we did all that, it would simply be clicking this next button here, and then the publish button would be available to click. And then once you publish it, it would go back. It'll be here, and it'll, instead of draft, it would say pending. So before command will allow it to fully post, they always edit it and check that you haven't used any specific words that are not allowed, just to double check everything for you. And then it will be live. So when it's in the live section and it's actually happening, you will see all that information up here. It won't be like down here in the completed section. It'll show in real time everything that's happening. You'll also be getting alerts in real time right here and on your phone. If you have the Kelly app downloaded, every time a new lead comes in, your phone will start dinging. You'll get the beep, you'll get the notification that they're all here. So the next step on top of that is automation. So for example, and say you have a smart plan and you've created a Facebook follow-up smart plan, for example. Let's see. Facebook ad follow-up. I want, anytime I add a Facebook tag, see how you have this add a trigger? Facebook ad lead. This is the tag I create, right? So anytime now that I give somebody this tag, this smart plan will start going out. So right away, if I got a new lead from that ad, I tagged them this, and I'll show you how simple that is. This smart plan automation, they would receive a text from me, thanking them for looking at my ad, explaining who I am, asking if they needed any help. This smart plan would then go on with emails, reminders to myself to send a task or a text, telling them about Keller mortgage options, sending them how to save, which is promoting my app. It has a mixture of tons of stuff, asking if they'd like me to set up a custom home search for them. And it goes on and on and on for 18 days. So 18 days automated, trying and trying and trying to convert that lead with me only doing the following. Sorry, I gotta save it. So we got in leads. They started coming in. And for example, here are my leads. They're already tagged, but if they were not tagged, I would simply come to all the leads. You can see that there's a name, email, and phone number. It's not just Mickey Mouse and Tom Cruise. They're real leads, real people. I would select all, and I would add a tag. So if I now added this Facebook, if I added this tag, soon as I add this tag to every one of those clients, all 52 of them, that smart plan I just showed you would launch without me doing anything but adding this tag. So now these 52 people would suddenly start getting texts from me, emails from me, and for 18 days, it would try to convert and get them to talk to me. Now, obviously, as soon as you have connection with them, you want to turn off or, check that the next steps in your smart plan aren't going to be redundant or something that they don't want to know because you've already talked to them. So does that make sense? I mean, it's simple way to capture new leads, get them into your database, and then now that you have them, if you've created that smart plan, then you can just simply select them and add the tag and it would trigger a smart plan. Or if you want to go old school, which is perfectly fine, you could click them individually, get taken to their contact card, and you'd have the number so you could call them or text them right from here. If you wanted to go one by one or individually, you could do that. So you have many options. You could be totally animated and automated and have it do everything for you. Or if you like to have a little more control of your leads, you have those options too. You could go contact by contact and call them and put in your notes, put in your things. But at these price points, it's hard not to at least try a few times to see what happens. I guarantee after a few tries, you'll realize that it's the real deal. It's really only $1 a lead. It's really only $25, $30 an ad. If you think about, conversion rates with Zillow and things like that, if you were doing Zillow ads, what they would cost, even if you took, I say, half the money that you would probably use for Zillow and tested it out here and just see if one of these would convert at half the price that you paid, you're already cutting half your marketing costs just right there. And I also promise you, I know there's a few agents that once they run an ad or two, they're simply getting more ads than they can, more leads than they can keep up with. So they sometimes in the middle of an ad that's running, they would stop it. You can stop the ad, you can pause it so that you can catch up with your leads, or even let's say the house went under contract, still you're perfectly fine to keep it going. But if you want to pause it and you want to keep what's left of your $30 that hasn't been used yet and use it for the next ad, you can do that as well. So you can always stop an ad if needed. You can pause it. I know that some people will do another trick is they'll run an ad in Facebook and they'll run an ad in Instagram or Twitter, like I explained the options earlier. And then they'll see, well, maybe the Twitter one wasn't getting as many leads as the Facebook one. So they stop the Twitter one. I know other people just run the same ad. So you could simply once you start getting it down and you have a solid template that you love, you can click duplicate the campaign, and everything that you've already set up will duplicate over as far as budgeting and timeline and all that. So it's just you going in and critiquing a few things that are specific to that property. But I've seen people run ads, like for example, the house in Lakeland, and then maybe they're running that same ad in Orlando location because people are moving from Orlando to Lakeland all the time. So they could be running the same ad in multiple locations. And again, if the Orlando one wasn't getting as many leads, then you can pause it. But those are some new strategies that people are trying. The same ad, multiple locations. You're welcome, Mindy. Are there any questions about how simple it is to throw up a Facebook ad and capture the leads and just work them? I mean, any questions at all? No? All right, let me check the chat here. So you have to pay for each site you are wanting. So for example, when we were over here in the budgeting section, I'll show you here. If I had picked Facebook and Twitter, then it would have both channels. It would say per channel $3. So instead of $3 all going to Facebook, $1.50 would go to Twitter and $1.50 would go to Facebook. It still keeps your total of $30. If you want to do two separate ads, that's one is just Twitter and one is just Facebook, you can do that so that you can pause the Twitter one if you'd like. Or you can just split it directly from here. You would, at the beginning where I created and it asked me where I wanted to do it, if I had selected multiple social media like the Instagram or the Twitter, then you'd see each channel here. And as I change this, so say I did 25, so then it would split the 250 from Twitter to Facebook. It would just divide whatever you pick total per channel. And let's see. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You can, there's many options. And I only say to run the two ads so that you could pause one if you want. It's really simple to just have them both in one so that it's splitting the cost. But the trick around being able to pause if you'd like is to have the two separate ones just to see how, and it's also going to give you the data and let you see. Maybe you crush it in Twitter. You know, there's a lot of agents that Twitter and Instagram, they crush it way better there than they do in Facebook. So at $10, just to test the market for yourself to see where your marketing is best used, creating the two ads could just give you better reporting, better information for you to know in the future, hey, maybe I should focus, you know, $20 in Twitter and $10 in Facebook. It's really up to you how you want to capture that information for you to get better leads and better conversions. But with keeping it simple, and like I said, I mean, I ran these before I was in tech. This is me as an agent, 2 months in, single agent, just testing it out. So it wasn't when I knew anything fancy or anything special that you guys don't know. It was me trying it out and seeing what happens. So these aren't pro ads. These are just single agent trying it out ads. Nothing fancy, nothing special. This was me just looking it up. There's also options I can send if anybody is interested. Here, there are examples. They've created examples of Facebook ads that have been successful. So I have this I could share with anybody that would like it. It's telling you, it's showing you emojis. It's showing you these were just the small things that they did. Little ads with very little information. Just listed, property information, real estate investing. See, they're not all just listings. Just listed here. This one, I mean, it looks in your face, it looks jumbled, but it gets people to stop. It just works. The emojis work. It gets people to take that moment and stop scrolling up and to see what's happening. Your next home, tap to take a tour. That one didn't. This one was a video. You can do video as well. Just sold marketing, things like that. And it gives you examples of ones not to do and ones to do, like better photos. This one, again, very little information. This one, it's showing you it's pretty plain, no emojis, doesn't get people to stop. And then same here. This one, he didn't even use a photo, just words. So there's lots of options. I've seen I like Nick Baldwin. So if you ever have a chance on Facebook to get in his group, he's done them where the house, it's a fun house. The house is tilted sideways. Anything that is an attention grabber. And he used it as a branding. He did a tilted house, and it was something about how he's the person to call. Don't let this happen to you type thing. Or it just could be humor. It's just I don't remember exactly what he said, but it's an eye catcher. There's ones where houses are upside down. Anything that is a showstopper that's going to get you to stop. I mean, we all know how Facebook works. We all know how we scroll, and we all know what little things get us to take that moment to look, because that one moment could be the difference in getting a lead. And no lead isn't going to pay and return your money on a $25 ad. I mean, you could do it for referral purposes even, and put ads all over. I mean, you could run ads in other states. It's very endless, the possibilities that you could use Facebook ads for. It's not just listings. I'm showing you best practices that's going to get you the most bang for your buck as far as leads go, but you can really use this to market and brand yourself all over the country so that you are a referral agent that people call. You're the first person that they call for anything all over the country. Really are the possibilities with these Facebook ads. So, any more questions? Those were great questions. I want to make sure I can answer anything that you might be concerned or worried about. No? All right, guys, I will let you go. If you do have any questions in the future, or you want to schedule a one-on-one with me, you are more than welcome to do that. We can do this again more one-on-one. We can use one of your personal listings. We can do anything you'd like. We can just create some drafts for when you're ready to have a listing if you want to do that. So let me know at any time if you have any questions, and I'm available to reach out. Okay, Alyssa, I will send you the Facebook ad guide. Writing that down right now. All right. All right, you guys have a great day. Also, if you have the time, the next class at 12 is going to be by Donnie Brookman, who is the regional tech trainer, and he's going to be going over marketing ideas and how to make yourself branded across social media. He might go over Facebook ads a little bit, but he's going to be going over the tips and tricks to set up 2021 with you branded throughout your social media. So if you want to jump onto that, in our Team Up app, right here on the menu, it has the link right here. And if you receive the morning email from Janelle, the link is right here as well. So you guys have a great day. Happy New Year. And I will see you next time. All right, bye guys.